Well, it turned out it's a pretty nice day today. The wind's really strong. It's about 50, probably 52 degrees right now, but it's sunny and it's not raining, so that means we get to cook. I'm going to do pit barrel wings today on the pit barrel cooker, of course. I'm going to prepare them the way Noah does on his website. The only difference, half of them are in a brine right now. The brine is a matter of salt, crushed red pepper flakes, a little bit of vinegar, and some water. And I'll have the recipe on the video. It's going to sit in the refrigerator for 3 to 6 hours. Then both sets of wings are going to come out and get seasoned the same. And then we're going to put them on the pit barrel cooker. As you know, most wing places, most of them, fry their wings. And we've learned, or we believe, that fried food is not the best thing in the world for us. So grilling is a lot more pure, and the result comes out a lot better. I've actually never really cooked wings for the sake of cooking wings. This is the first time I've bought 3 or 4 pounds of wings just to cook wings. Usually the only wings I've cooked have been on the chicken I was cooking, and they just happen to be along for the ride. So I'm going to get the chicken prepared and the grill prepared, and we'll go on from there. Inside this big Revereware pot is our chicken that's been brining for a few hours now. I'm going to go ahead and stir it and let you know what it looks like inside. This is basically salt, crushed red pepper flakes, vinegar, and water. And it's been sitting in here probably about 3 hours now. When I take it out, I'm going to put it with our other chicken that hasn't been brined. We're going to season it the same way with the pit barrel cooker seasoning, and then we're going to get ready to use the pit barrel cooker like a pit barrel grill. When you buy the pit barrel cooker, it comes with the grill that goes inside of it, so it's a very versatile cooking device. So in a moment, we'll get on to that. This is the only rub we're going to use on our project today. Our wings are going to get pretty good dousing of beef and game pit rub. Actually, Pit Barrel gives you this, and they give you the all-purpose pit rub when you buy a pit barrel grill. And basically, you have to buy meat and charcoal, and that's about all you have to do, and you're set. There's nothing quite like the system. I really applaud Noah and Amber and the Pit Barrel Company. I want to thank them for letting me be an affiliate, and I can't wait to show you how these wings come out once they spend some time in the pit barrel cooker. They'll probably spend an hour and a half to 2 hours, depending on how they do. But again, my challenge is going to be knowing these are brine, these are not, once I get them on the grill. So anyway, on to the next step. It's so windy out here, I just decided to do a voiceover on this. I'm going to light the chimney starter like I do every time. I've counted out 40 briquettes exactly, Kingsford briquettes like we always use. My chimney basket sitting here on the ground next to the pit barrel cooker. I'm going to light it up, get it up to temp, and then we'll put in our chicken. After we put on our charcoal basket, of course, we'll put our lit Kingsford charcoal from the chimney starter on top of it and let it come to temp. I love these chimney starters. The small one's exactly the right size to count out 40 charcoal briquettes and dump inside the pit barrel cooker on top of your cold coals and get them coming to temp so you can begin your cook. And we'll do that in just a moment. Our wings are on the sidelines waiting to go on the pit barrel cooker. I've got it up to temp. It's all lit up. You can tell it's up to temp. Gosh, after 5 minutes or so, I know it's ready. It doesn't take long to heat up, and it works so efficiently. You don't have to worry about that. In a moment, I'm going to load the wings on our pit barrel cooker, and then we're going to begin our cook. The easier way to have done this would have been to take the rebar out and not have to work around it, but it's not that much trouble. The rebar doesn't get in your way very much, and the chicken wings are real easy to load. On a bigger cook, of course, it'd be different, but we're using the pit barrel cooker as a grill today. So as you can see, the grill's in there, and it's an amazing product, and that grill works great, as you're going to see. I've got our wings all loaded up. In a moment, I'll put the lid on, and after that, all that's left to do is kind of kick back and relax. Our wings are on the pit barrel cooker. As you can see, they make a nice array. They fit on there just perfectly. I've divided them so you can see your brined ones on your right and the non-brined on the left. We're going to let this roll. Be back with you soon.
I'm following this recipe as close as I can, and I'm trying to do it right the way they suggested, pit barrel cooker. I'm using this sriracha hot sauce and mixing it with KC Masterpiece barbecue sauce. And I'll tell you, I'm really glad I tasted this hot sauce first, because it is super hot. We're going to let the wings cook out there for about 45 minutes before we baste them. And at that time, we're going to pull them off, baste both sides, put them back on, and then probably another 45 minutes to an hour before they're done. This is an amazing sauce. It smells great. I wish you could smell the pit barrel cooker. It's an awesome product, and hang in there with me.
Hey folks, that's our Kansas City Masterpiece Classic barbecue sauce in that pan there. I'm going to add this sriracha hot chili sauce. When they say hot on it, they are not kidding. I put a little bit on my, just a taste test, and my gosh, it's hot. So I'm not going to add a whole bunch to this sauce for basting. That's probably enough. Remember, you can always add heat, but once you put it in there, you can't take it away. So I'm going to just put that much in there, mix it all up real well, and that's what we're going to baste our chicken with. You know, one thing, if you go outside where the pit barrel's doing its magic right now, you wouldn't believe the smells that come off it. It's amazing stuff. I hope you guys will give yourself a chance to try it. I really, really like it. Anyway, be back shortly. I said 30 minutes earlier. What I really meant was 45. At 45, we baste both sides. I'm kind of trying to decide if I want to baste them out here or pull them inside, baste them in there, and bring them back out. The wind is horrible out here. 1 minute is dead, and then the next minute it's unbelievably strong. I don't want it to blow stuff into our food, and it's kind of blowing stuff on the pit barrel. If you look at the where the rebar is, you can just barely see the smoke coming out. If you remember when we use our big pit, we like to have that like translucent, almost invisible smoke. This is what you get with the pit barrel cooker, so I really like it. I'm almost ready to pull the lid off this thing and baste them, so I'll make that decision here in a few moments. All right, folks, I'm going to go ahead and pull the lid off. I'm going to baste them out here. It's like I said, it's really windy, but I'm going to try to do it quickly, and you can watch me do it. I wish you could smell this right now. I hope you can see it. I'm going to flip it over. I'm trying to do it rapidly because this wind is so strong. I don't want it to blow stuff into our food. If you remember, the stuff that was in the brine is over here on the right hand side. The stuff that wasn't is over here on your left, which is now my right. So, all right, I've got one side basted. Good enough. I'm going to flip them all over, baste the other side, and put the lid back on. Rebar goes back in. Back on with the lid. They're all basted. Now we're gonna wait for a while until they're done. We'll know they're done when they're nice and caramelized, but anyway, in the meantime, I'm gonna shut the camera down and go back in the house where it's not so windy. In spite of the wind, our pit barrel cooker wings are almost done. I checked on them a few moments ago, and they need to stay a little more out there. They're not quite caramelized enough, but they're almost there. I want to give a special shout out to Greg at Ballistic Barbecue. Greg sent me a message this afternoon and had a lot of pointers on there. Man, I appreciate all that stuff. I know you did all the hard work and you did the hard time to find out all that stuff, and I'm still learning. So that really meant a lot to me. And I want to give special thanks again to you, Greg, of course, and to T. Roy, and to Russ at Smoky Ribs, and Jeremy at Mad Scientist, and and dozens of others. I mean, all of you have been an inspiration to me. So I'm getting ready to pull the wings off. I'm going to put them on my platter in front of me, and I'll give a taste test here in just a few moments. In the meantime, stay with me, please. Folks, our pit barrel wings are done. The ones on the right over here are the ones I brined. The ones on the left, which is also your left, are the ones I didn't. They look nearly identical. I think actually the brine ones might have shrunk a little bit more than the ones I didn't brine, but they smell delicious. I wish you could smell how tasty and delicious they are. The pit barrel leaves no residual charcoal taste, no lighter fluid taste. It's just all pure smoke, and like Noah says, the convection effect, it just wraps the meat and everything you cook in there around in goodness. And if you're on the fence about getting one of these, you need to get one. I really don't think you've ever tasted anything like it. I've said this before, but I bring a lot of food to work. I mean, a lot of food, and a lot of people have never tasted food like I can make on the pit barrel. And it's such a simple thing to do. It does all the work for you. You just have to follow the directions. So anyway, we're gonna let these rest a little bit, and then we will try them. My son's coming over, my son Nicholas, and I may let him have the first taste test. In the meantime, I'm gonna let these rest a little bit. Good afternoon. Our wings are done. My son Nick is headed over here right now. He doesn't know he's going to be on this video yet. He does not know the difference between the right or the left, as all you do. And I'm going to let him taste them and see which ones he likes the most. Many of you know him. He's an actor. He's a stage actor. He's a very accomplished actor too. So we'll look forward to having him participate with me. And I'll be right back. Hey folks, SteenSmokeHouse. Our wings are done. Our pit barrel wings came out perfect. I want my son Nick to see if he can tell the difference between the ones I did and the ones I didn't. And the didn't, he doesn't know. So you all saw me cook these. I want to see if he can taste the difference when he tries them. So if you'll hang on a moment, we'll go ahead and do that. Nick?
All right, let's do this. I'm going to try the ones that are on my left right now.
Which are on your right.
See? Okay. Okay. I'm not going to say an opinion yet because I don't want to sway anything.
This pit barrel stuff's all good, so there's no real wrong answer, but I cooked them very differently in the same grill with the same seasoning and all the directions I got from Noah.
Okay. So, what I can sense is that the ones on your right, my left, have a bit more flavor and a bit more seasoning to them. If they were cooked exactly the same, something in the method that was cooked made the taste pop out just a little bit more than the ones that are on your left. You all right?
That is really perfect. I couldn't actually tell the difference. I brined the ones on your right. I didn't brine the ones on your left, and I cooked them exactly the same. I seasoned them exactly the same. They stood in the pit barrel cooker. God. Okay, folks, my son Nick has tasted both sides. The one on your right, which are the ones that were brined, and the one on your left with the ones that weren't. He actually preferred the ones that were. I couldn't really tell the difference, but if I taste test them again, I might. But I love my sons, all my son, my grandson, all that. And this was a kind of a neat taste test because he didn't know he'd have to make a decision, and he did. So anyway, SteenSmokeHouse, I love you all. Thanks for tuning in.